Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Oh geez, X-Plane is being weird. But today we are going to start up a Boeing 747. Yes. Turn that off. There we go. And this is going to be like the 737 video. I will go over basically everything that's required just in X-Plane to just get a plane off the ground. So that way you can start it up, get it off the ground at least. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be going over today. And it's pretty relative to real life, but some things will be out of order. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is obviously get a little bit of power in here. External power on, and starting APU. Hold that. Stop, and once that this other power system right there says available, we will turn that on. We can turn on all the buses. Turn the battery on. There we go, available. Next, we will turn hydraulic pump 4 to auxiliary, and these two on. Next, we're going to obviously need a little bit of fuel, so we're going to turn on our fuel pumps. Almost done. There's a lot of buttons on the fuel. Okay. Next, we'll turn our ignition icon to on, right there, and then we will turn our isolation to bleed air isolation, and we will turn this, and this on. Okay, now we are ready to turn on our navigation and strobe. Next, we're going to go down here and turn on engine number 1 fuel mixture. Next, we can head over to here and click engine number 1 and head outside of the jet. And it should begin starting soon. There we go, it's starting to spin. And we can watch it starting to ramp up on our engine display. Yes, this is a 747's engine display. They don't use the circles, they use whatever those are. Next, the ignition will pop back in. Next, we're going to start engine number 4. We're trying to do it kind of evenly. Always make sure your parking brake's on while doing this. It'll take a second to start spinning. There we are. It is just slowly starting to spin. Heading back inside the cockpit, we can see that, yes, indeed, engine number 4 is spinning, is ramping up. Alright, next, we can turn on engine number 2, fuel mixture, and turn on our engine number 2. Wait for this to begin ramping up. Alright, it's just about started. It's mostly started, so we're just going to go ahead and turn on engine number 3. Get this thing off the ground as soon as possible. Engine number 3, start. Now we just wait. Yes, it is building up thrust. And while we're waiting, we are going to head, over here and set the flaps down to around 20 degrees for takeoff, not full. Next, we are going to check our speed brake. Go outside and make sure our speed brake is working, and yes, it is. Alrighty, next, we are going to find, hopefully it's not too loud, the engines. Okay, now we are going to go ahead and head over to, yeah, hopefully they're not too loud. Alright, what's next? The testing. We don't have to, well, it's recommended, obviously, in an actual plane you would, and we could turn on anti-ice if it was frozen outside, but it's not. Alright, next, make sure all of our systems are on. Go ahead and check, in an actual plane we would check the circuit breakers, but since those don't work in this, we don't have to check that. Fuel, make sure all the fuel's on. Fire test. Oh, the fire test doesn't even work. Okay, so don't do that then. You don't have to. So now that the plane is started up, we're going to go ahead and go parking brake off. come on. Parking, okay, there we go. And we're gonna go full takeoff thrust. Let's give it a second. There we are. Now I'm gonna go to this view because it's easier to see the stuff. Hopefully the engines aren't too loud. Trying to talk louder to ensure that the engines aren't too loud. Okay, beginning to accelerate. 170 is when we are going to take off. And here we are taking off. And yes, we have established a steady rate of climb. Gear up, flaps up. Reducing thrust a tiny bit so that way we're not on takeoff thrust anymore. Okay, wow, we are really going high up. That's a really big angle of attack. Okay, pitching and heading. And that is how you take off, start up and take off a 747. Hope you guys enjoy, and I will do more videos like this in the future. See you guys in the next one.